Welcome back to Lucas Oil Raceway. I'm Kyle Heyer here for SimTV, and this is the final round, and this is the final round of the 2018 SCRS Super RallyCross Series here at Lucas Oil Raceway, Indianapolis Raceway Park. This is the West Series race. We just ran the East Series about an hour ago, and at the end of this race, we will have your champion crowned for the West Series and for the overall championship, but we're pretty certain it's going to be the driver of that number 94 Sim Motorsports Subaru WRX STI. Travis Bennett in the number 3 this time, the number 3 Ford EcoBoost Fiesta, is looking pretty racy up there in second. We're just finishing up pre-race warm-up here. Got a couple drivers entered, but that are not part of the group, but most of them have left, so we're going to be left with, I think, 6 drivers in the field. And one of those drivers that is showing up here randomly is Trenton Moriarty in the number 8 car, running Scott Speed paint scheme. And with 25 seconds left in this, we're just going to get this race up and over with. And it should be a pretty entertaining one, just like the last one was. But we're going to be watching Will Salisbury in the 77 and Finney DeCuna in the 94 battle, because those guys put on one heck of a show for the last race. But unless Andrew Mickey pulls something miraculous out of his hat, Finney DeCuna's got this championship wrapped up. So that's really all you got for the championship battle. Other than that, let's see if we can take a look at anything else we can find. Maybe we'll go on Dan Lisa and pull up the points while qualifying is going on. We're going to try to find that information. So, qualifying will begin. We have 5 minutes here to set the running order for the heat race. And it should just be a singular heat race with only 6 drivers here. We'll keep an eye on that in the background. All right, for the West Series, our point situation is pretty tight between the second and third place guys. Andrew Mickey and Brian Sohn will be fighting. There's a 2-point differential between those drivers, so that could swap. So Brian Sohn's got 2 points to make up on Andrew Mickey, but they both have to make up 42 and 44 points respectively to catch up to Finney DeCuna. But if we look at the overall championship, which is what really matters here tonight, it's a 50-point lead back to Andrew Mickey, and then another 8 points back to Brian Sohn, and then from Brian Sohn, it's 51 back to Will Salisbury. So Will Salisbury going to have to be content with 4th here in the overall championship. And with 3 minutes left in qualifying, Finian's already running about a second and a half faster than the next quickest guy, but let's keep in mind that the 77... Oh, different car for this race. Ford Fiesta. An Amsoil Mac Tools Fiesta here, and then number 77. Different from the Subaru badged WRX STI he ran in the last race, so it should be fun to watch him wheel a different car around here. Maybe just trying to get a little bit of an advantage, try something a little bit different. Because if you can't beat him, you can't join him. If you're running the same thing already, so there's that championship leading number 94. Let's ride on board here for another lap around here. Get an idea of what this course is like. Like I explained in the East Series, really tight. Wow, DeCuna goes in the wall hard there. But, well, we will ride on board with Salisbury. Tight, twisty, but also long straight here, as well as a couple long sweeping corners. As we see Will Salisbury chuck his Fiesta sideways into one right now. On the handbrake, swing it around. Whoop, just a little tap on the wall there. This lap will not count for qualifying with that 0x. So he'll have to start over again and see what he gets this time by. Didn't count. DeCuna's best time picked up significantly from the first round, and that is going to be a 41.645. It looks like most guys are satisfied here. Trenton Moriarty is just running around, just getting a little bit of extra practice here in that number 8 Volkswagen Beetle. Not the lone Volkswagen any longer. Brian Sohn in the 03 also is running a Beetle tonight. Want to extend another thanks to Brian Sohn and Penguin RC Simulation for supporting SimTV. Their links are in the description. They offer premium sim racing shifter hardware that is a great addition to any sim racing wheel, so check out that link. And their products are pretty good stuff. And if you run in SCRS leagues, you might just get a chance to win some of it, so keep an eye on that. And keep an eye on the SCRS League page to find out more information. About a minute and a half remaining in qualifying here tonight. And we'll set the grid for, it should just be one heat race, just like the last event. But your front row is going to consist of Finney Nakuna, Travis Bennett, and Andrew Mickey. And Andrew had a pretty rough E-Series race just about an hour ago. Didn't have the night he was looking for there. But in the West Series, a little bit closer in the points, and at this point, a little bit closer on the racetrack. Still a 2-second differential between him and Nakuna in the lap time chart, but being able to start alongside him for the start of at least the heat race will give him a little bit better shot at eclipsing that 94 for the feature event here this evening. After the race, we'll get post-race coverage live from SimTV with your championship winner and anybody else that wants to have a go. And of course, we will be back tomorrow night for the Irwindale Sim Series for their first broadcasted event with us with a new ticker tomorrow. We're still keeping this sidebar one for anyone who wants to use it, but we also are offering a top ticker now, a more conventional NASCAR style one, and that'll be used tomorrow night for the Irwindale Sim Series. So that'll be 10:15 Eastern Time, 7:15 Pacific Time, and qualifying is complete. And then keep an eye on us next Sunday night for the 3-Wide Truck Series race. I believe we're at Monza next Sunday. And that will be Sunday the 15th of July. So stick around that night. Also about 10:05, 10:10 for the start of that. Oh, and we got red lights going off already. And green flag is in the air here for heat number 1. And you see Travis Bennett 3 wide with Andrew Mickey. Here comes Brian Sohn up the middle. And remember, Mickey and Sohn battling for second in the championship. Here comes Nakuna going to the inside for his first of 2 jokers. It's going to spit him right back out at the tail of the field here, though. Now we have a battle for third. Actually, this is a battle for second. Now contact between the 77 and the 86, and then between the 77 and 94 as they collide a little bit. Riding on board the championship leader. Visibility going to be impaired here heading into this hairpin. Contact with the wall. Great pass by Will Salisbury, the inside of Mickey there, and they're going to power back onto the main straight. 4 laps to go. Travis Bennett has absolutely checked out in that number 3 Ford Fiesta. Wow. Benny Nakuna just drifted it in there, and here he goes, trying to make a pass again on Andrew Mickey. Can he make it stick this time? To the inside he goes, and Mickey's going to chuck it in the wall. And Nakuna will drive on by. Up here is a battle for second again. Will Salisbury looking pretty racy, but wow. Oh, there's contact between Finney Nakuna and Andrew Mickey. And we're going to have to go back and take a look at that because there was probably some argy-bargy. There still is there. Mickey cuts off the 94. And Nakuna's going to go down to the inside, take another joker. So let's go back and take a look at what happened there just a few corners ago. So here's a replay. Not quite a great angle there. We're going to go back a little bit farther to find a little bit better. Here we go. Let's try that again. So Nakuna slides out, maybe a little bit wide for the corner entry. Oh, Mickey just couldn't get it stopped and just drove into the door. And then this is an interesting decision here. slides up on corner exit and really cuts off number 84. So I can't imagine they're too thrilled with each other. And as you see, Dacuna's made up the ground on Andrew Mickey and has passed him. Oh, but Finian Dacuna's around. He spins it into the tire barriers. It's gonna take a long time to get that car figured back out. And that's gonna put him at the tail of the field. Meanwhile, up front, Travis Bennett is just checked out. 1.4 seconds back to Will Salisbury. But Finian Dacuna just chucked it in the barriers that time. Not quite sure what happened there. I couldn't quite get what I was looking for there. But Finian's pretty far back, but he got a battle for the lead just here, just a little bit. It's the final lap now of this heat race. And Travis Bennett actually last time by ran, well, about a 1.1 seconds slower than that of Will Salisbury, but it's not going to be, it'll be a little too late for the driver of the 77, because he can't quite get it done. And Travis Bennett in the number 3 will start on pole for tonight's feature race. Will Salisbury will cross in second. Andrew Mickey will bring home third. A little controversial there after the contact with the 94. Brian Stone of the Penguin RC Simulations 03 will ride around and bring it home in fourth. And of course, Finian Dacuna, that's going to be a tough one. He's going to have to pass everybody in the feature race to make up for that mistake over there in turn 3. All right. So we have a warm-up period now. About a 2-minute warm-up period. And we're just going to hang out just for a second here. And you know who's not hanging out? That's Finian Dacuna. He's getting right back out on the track. Redeem himself, practice that corner again. Let's ride on board here for a lap. Get an idea of what IRP has to offer. Down into turn 1, hard on the handbrake. You see Dacuna just a little bit wide. Powers off on exit, a little bit of contact with the wall, up over the curb. Watch the tire barrier, swing it back to the left, back to the right. Missed the line just a little bit. Understeers pretty horribly on exit. Up and over the jump, stay to the left. Not that far left, that's the wall there. And get it back to the right and send it for a slide. And then correct back to the left. And that is a lap at IRP. That corner is so tricky to get right. One man chomping at the bit is Andrew Mickey. And there he is, navigating that tight infield complex. So with 15 seconds left in warm-up, we're just going to get the grid ready to go for the feature event here tonight. And notably, Travis Bennett quickest in the warm-up here. Him all the way over there on the back straight. The warm-up is complete here tonight at IRP, and that is the final warm-up for this season. And we're going to grid these guys up and turn them loose for 10 laps here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. If it all goes well, it should be about a 7-minute race, nice and short, but it's not going to be lacking action. From the chopper cam from above, nice and stable. Waiting for a couple more guys to grid. Waiting on the 3 of Travis Bennett. And that should be it. Didn't see Trenton Moriarty in the heats. So we've got everybody gridded, so we should see the lights go red here. And when those are off and the green lights come out, we will set this group loose. Green flag is in the air here for the final feature race of the 2018 Super RallyCross season for the Sim Championship Racing Series. Lots of cars on the racetrack. Not really anywhere to go. The 77 gets squeezed. The 86 comes across the nose of the 03. Gotta watch everybody in turn 1. Contact 3 wide for the lead. Andrew Mickey comes out in front, but not for long. Here comes the 3. There is just carnage all over the place. And Travis Bennett goes from 1st to 4th. And just like that, Finian goes from last to 3rd, and here he comes for 2nd, challenging that number 86 to the inside. Will he take them both in one corner? He'll get one. He spins the 86 out. Contact with him and Andrew Mickey. And Mickey will go all the way around to get going again, but that'll put the 77 of Salisbury in the lead. And Finney Nakuna, regrettably, after that, I definitely don't think that was on purpose, but just too many cars converging in one spot. That's not going to look good for him, and I'm sure Mickey probably not too thrilled with the 94. That's really going to put the championship battle to rest. Oh, the 94 is in the wall. Contact with the 03. Bounces off of him, but he saves it. Incredible save from Brian Sohn. But that's pretty much that, folks. I mean, as long as Nakuna keeps it in one piece for 9 more laps, that's going to be all she wrote. But we will have a battle. We got, I hear contact in. Brian, looks like it's Brian Sohn. Real slow, but this is going to be now your new battle. Riding on board the rear tail fin of the 77. And Nakuna is going to have to track him down. He's got 8 laps to do it here at Lucas Oil Raceway. See the gap between 1st and 2nd there. Right now it's 1.6 seconds. Behind him, Brian Sohn, Travis Bennett together. Oh, Bennett almost lands on top of the 03 of Sohn, but somehow manages to get that car braked and slowed down enough. Over under for the 3, and he'll get around Brian Sohn. That was an expert move there. But it's not, this battle isn't over yet, and Finney Nakuna just took another joker there. And let's pull the joker information up on screen. 2 seconds behind Salisbury, the gap not shrinking. And Nakuna's off track again. A little bit of an excursion there. But behind him, a great battle for 3rd going on between Sohn and Bennett. To the inside, there's going to be contact there just a little bit. Charging the corner. Will the over-under work this time? Can't quite get the power down on exit. Andrew Mickey is off track over in the hairpin. And what a challenging end of the season this was. Lucas Oil Raceway not a fan of his, neither is he a fan of it. But out up front, Will Salisbury, 3.5 second lead over Nakuna, and it's not shrinking. Wow, holy crap, Nakuna got a huge launch off the jump, almost went up and over. Really trying to bring that lead down, but it has not shrunk since he's been in 2nd place. Battle between Bennett and Sohn is calmed down for now. And now Mickey is actually closing in on the 03. So Sohn must have had an issue. They have 5 laps to go now. The gap up front, 3.2 seconds. That time by 2.9 and a little bit quicker. 0.2 of a second for Nakuna over Salisbury, but that's not going to be enough. He's going to have to pull something a lot more spectacular out of his hat to make up that much ground. Andrew Mickey off course. And don't know exactly what happened to him, so we have to look this up. Having trouble finding what happened to the 86. Well, that is a mystery. Andrew Mickey off course. And that will dash his championship hopes. And it's 4 laps remaining for this guy, the 94 Finian DeCuna out of Long Island, New York. That's Sim Motorsports WRX STI. Been so dominant this season. He's been challenged at times by Kurt Crum and at other times by Will Salisbury, but neither of the other two have been in the series consistently enough to be the champion. You got to make every race, and that's something DeCuna has done. He's been here for every single race of the season and has performed exceptionally well. Only had a couple bad races. And now the gap to the lead is of 1.3 seconds, so it's closing, and it's closing fast. He's got 2 laps to get there, and about half of this one left. Smooth transition back up onto the racetrack. 1.6 now. So Salisbury's taking both his jokers, but DeCuna's got one left, which is likely going to slow him down a little bit. Oh, contact again, and DeCuna's going to spin it off, and he's done that 3 or 4 times now. And he's going to have to reverse it. He's stuck in the tire wall. And that's probably going to be it for the battle for the lead. So Salisbury in the Amsoil car. Out up front. And this will be pretty smooth sailing for Will Salisbury in the 77. White flag is in the air. It's the final lap of the 2018 Summer Series for SCRS Super Rallycross. Will Salisbury in his part-time 77 entry is just a couple corners away from bringing it home in front of Finian DeCuna, who, if he completes this lap, will wrap up all 3 championships in this series, East, West, and the overall championship, if he can just complete this lap. But one guy who definitely isn't complete the lap because he's in the final corner, that is Will Salisbury in the 77 Amsoil Ford Fiesta. Out of the final corner to the checkered flag. The race is complete, and so is the season. Victory for Will Salisbury. And Finian DeCuna, your champion. Domination each and every week, and consistency each and every week, is going to bring that 94 to victory lane to celebrate alongside the 77. Wow, Travis Bennett chucked it in there. Travis Bennett will bring home an excellent 3rd place finish. Brian Sohn wrapping up in 4th. We will be right back with your championship standings and driver interviews. Welcome back to Sim TV. We're here now with your winner, Will Salisbury, in the 77. Will, that was just a dominating performance. Tell us about that race, and I heard you had a little bit of a close encounter with the 86 of Andrew Mickey.
Yeah, that was a bit of a crazy one there. We got off the line good and went down into the first corner just about 3 wide, and there's really only room for about one car through there, so somehow we made it all through, and a little pushing and shoving went on in the next couple corners, and suddenly found myself going around the outside and taking the lead and sort of ran away from it. It was a good race. I know Finian was catching me a little bit, and I was just trying to hit my marks and run my race. This Amsoil Ford Fiesta ST RallyCross car was really on point today. The crew really set me up great, and you know, the setup was just spectacular. So I got to thank them for that. But that was the first time running that Fiesta versus the WRX. Just wanted to see how it handled, and frankly, I didn't think it would be any quicker. But we got the job done. And yeah, I guess Andrew had a little bit of a off-road flying excursion there in front of me on one of the laps, and he took the jump and went right over the pit wall into oncoming traffic where I happened to be, and it could have ended much worse than it thankfully did. But it was a good race, and it was fun competing with these guys this whole season. Hopefully I'll be back at it if we do another one again. So thank you guys for hosting this and doing this every week. It's lots of fun.
All right, thanks for talking to us, Will. And instead of going to your second place finisher, I'm going to go to the third place finisher because I want to do Finian last after Andrew. But we're going to do Travis Bennett in the number 3. And Travis, you had a great result in this one after a little bit of a troubled first race. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the first heat, I found myself winning the first heat, which is very surprising. Not sure what happened there, but I guess I'd like to say I took to the track pretty well after the first race. But in the final, I just found myself 3 wide, and I just out of nowhere somebody came through the Joker lap, and just found myself really just racing by myself for the rest of the race.
All right, but definitely a good showing for you, and it was good to see you back out here, and we'll hope to see you in another series related to Scars, and it's been fun to race with you.
Thanks, Kyle.
All right, I guess now we'll go to Andrew Mickey in that number 86 Bombshell Motorsports Fiesta, and you had an interesting race involving a little bit of contact from the points leader. Points leader, the 94, Finian Dacuna, got into you there. It spun you out. You went around a barrier, and from there, everything just went downhill. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, no, just that I didn't think going around that barrier would give me a 2-lap penalty, but it did, and I don't really know from there.
Well, at the end of the race, or at the end of this broadcast, I'm going to go back and try to find your exquisite flipping maneuver because I couldn't the first time.
Oh yes, that I just took the jump wrong, and it launched me onto into the oncoming traffic, and it flipped my barrel rolled would probably be a better term. My car, and as it flipped, I think for the last time was just as Will came by me. So good. I mean, that was pretty good luck for him. Yeah. And then my day was done for reckless driving.
Well, an unfortunate end to the championship battle, but walking in here, you were pretty close in the West Championship and the East Championship, but just Finian was so consistent, didn't really leave you a whole lot of opportunity to advance your position. But a well thought out battle, Andrew. And again, thanks for putting this on. By the way, Andrew is the one that sets up all these races for everybody, and been a blast to watch and a blast to be a part of. So thanks a lot.
Thanks. Yeah. Rallycross is just a fun little thing to do. So figured try a series, and I mean, we didn't get the participation we wanted, but the races we had, I think, were decent enough to maybe think about another series.
Definitely a good season. So thanks a lot, Andrew, and not the great finish today, but you had a couple good results through the season, so hopefully next time you do this, you can find yourself higher up the order. But obviously, again, thank you for putting this on, and now we're going to talk to the man of the night, the man of the season, and that is the driver of the number 94 Sim Motorsports WRX STI, and that is Finian Dacuna. And Finian, your season pretty flawless from your perspective.
Yeah, up until this race, it was pretty pretty straightforward. Yeah, I had really consistent runs, really consistent performance. But yeah, this race, I don't know. I just struggled. I think really in that first heat, starting on pole just really messed me up. I just got pinched on the inside to no fault of anyone's, and I took the jokers thinking I could try to get out in front, but it just kind of mired me back, and I just really couldn't find myself going forward.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that contact with Andrew Mickey there in the opening laps. Looked like a little close quarters there on the first couple laps, but got into the quarter panel and sent the 86 around and pretty much ended his night. So you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was completely trying to avoid him there. What happened was, going to the hairpin, these cars have an extremely wide turning radius compared to most other cars. So I was up against the wall, and I couldn't kind of swing the back end around to get it to turn better, which is normally what you see people do in that corner. So I just took the turn normal. I didn't put any gas into it, and I saw Andrew was coming in front of me, and I didn't brake, which I probably should have looking back, and I was just kind of kept going, and I got into him. I thought he would grip his tires more and get going faster, but I ended up T-boning him, and yeah, I apologized to him several times. I'll apologize to him now. That was completely accidental, and I was trying to avoid it as much as I could.
All right, Finian. But after all that, you won the East Series Championship, you won the West Series Championship, you won the overall championship. Pretty dominant season. You must have a pretty awesome team owner over there in the Sim Motorsports crew. But it was fun to watch you take care of business there, and we hope to see you around for some more Scars fun in the future.
Yep, hope again too.
All right, I'm going to head back to the broadcast booth. Thanks for everybody for the interviews, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. All right, and with that, I'm going to just go to break real quick. I'm going to try to find that Andrew Mickey incident, because that sounded pretty spectacular, so I will be right back. All right, so here is the event that Andrew Mickey was telling us about, up and over the wall. A pretty spectacular accident, but it's going to barrel roll it across the racetrack, and this is how his season is going to come to an end. It's a good thing, too, because that chassis is probably pretty tired. Up and over on its lid 3, 4, 5 times rolling, and there's the 77 of Salisbury on the brakes, misses him by that much, and that is what DQ'd the 86 of Andrew Mickey. All right, we're back now, and that is going to be it for us for the evening. Thanks for watching. If you've been watching this entire season, thanks for being with us here on SimTV live every Tuesday night. This will conclude Tuesday night streaming for the time being, but again, tomorrow night we have a new event, Irwindale Sim Series at 10:15 Eastern Time, 7:15 Pacific Time. That's going to be about an hour and a half, 2-hour long stream, so be with us for that, as well as Sunday Night Monza for the Three-Eyed League Truck Series. Let's go through the point standings one more time for the overall championship. Finian DeCuna, Andrew Mickey, Brian Sohn, Will Salisbury, Kurt Crump, Eric Mickey, Jimmy Fisher. Really, those are all the guys that even had a couple starts. So that is it for us on Tuesday nights. Thanks, a special thank you to Andrew Mickey and the Sim Championship Racing Series for putting this on. And we will be back tomorrow night for the Irwindale Sim Series. Thanks for being with us. Have a good night.